Keeping a close eye on your forecast, and we continue to track Hurricane Rafael as it is turning in the Gulf waters. I'm going to be talking more about Rafael, its expected path, and also our forecast here locally. Those details are coming up.
Talking to Joe about this, it looked like at first it was going towards the Texas, Louisiana area, but now some of the models have it like making a curve.
That's exactly right. Yeah, the big question that we had heading into the end of the week was going to be the steering flow in place for Hurricane Rafael. When it was a stronger system, it was tall, and so the upper atmosphere, that ridge of high pressure, it was helping just to push it further away. But after that point, really heading into today, the big question was where was it going to head next? And so now we're starting to get some of those questions answered. And the good news is that there's still some steering flow in place that's pushing it away from us. And so models, they're becoming a bit more consistent. I'll have a look at those in just a moment. But here's that latest update with Hurricane Rafael. Now, that's not going to be an eye that you see in the center and there. Instead, that's going to be some of that dry air. That's going to be the good news. That's what's helping to disrupt Rafael and leading to that weakening trend. Now, we got that last advisory update from the National Hurricane Center at 9 a.m. At last check, those sustained winds were at 100 miles per hour, holding on to that Category 2 strength, but tracking west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. Now, this system is expected to continue to weaken, possibly becoming that Category 1 hurricane heading into tomorrow, and then slowly moving, and there's that curvature that we were mentioning just further down south, heading into the Bay of Campeche, far away from us. So again, it's going to be some of that steering flow that's finally in place. Models are agreeing with, however, there are still some outliers. Here's a look at those forecast models. Again, you can start to see some still not in agreement, but majority of those have it continuing just to track further off towards the west. Still a little bit of a disagreement on the track after that, but we're noticing just more of that model consistency. There's the European model. So the National Hurricane Center really agreeing with that path. Some of those you can still see wanting to move closer towards Louisiana. That's still the situation that the GFS wants to play out, but the National Hurricane Center not falling in line with that. They're staying pretty consistent with that system, continuing to track further towards just the southwest there, away from us, but we're still going to be seeing some of those impacts with our Rip Current. Now, I mentioned in that weakening trend that's taking place, Rafael moving not into a very good environment. If anything, it's hostile for that system because it has some wind shear, it has some cooler water temperatures, but look at all of that dry air. This is something that tropical systems do not like, and with that counterclockwise rotation, all it's doing is wrapping around some of that dry air and bringing it right into the center of that system, just helping to disrupt it from the inside, and only more dry air is ahead of it as it continues on that track. Now, looking at our conditions here locally, it's gray, it's gloomy out there. Our surf is rough down at our local beaches, and only expecting it to stay that way today through the weekend. Now, coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to be talking more about our forecast, what we're tracking here locally heading into today with those rain chances, and looking ahead towards the weekend. All of those details are coming up soon. Joe. No snow in our area, not even any fall-like temperatures out there. Instead, we're dealing with warmer temperatures, some higher humidity, overcast skies, and some spotty showers. Coming up after the break, I'm going to be talking more about your forecast and where we're tracking some of that rain, especially heading into this afternoon. Those details are coming up when we come back.
Oh, I got that confused earlier today.
Similar, but not similar. But yeah, dual branded. We see it a lot with KFC. I think we have one in Foley. It may not be there anymore. It was a KFC and something else.
In Kansas City, we had a Kentucky Hut. It was a KFC, Taco Bell, and a Pizza Hut all combined into one building.
All are owned by a company called Yum Brands. Yeah. Yum Brands is the parent company of those three chains.
Yeah, wild.
All I ask is that the Applebee's or the Chili's or the IHOP, whatever it is, any of them, come to the Eastern Shore, please. We don't have any of them. We got to kind of appeal for them.
Well, let's go ahead and talk more about your forecast at this time. And just a reminder, right now is a great time to download the Fox 10 Weather app. That way you can stay updated on the forecast. We do update these videos for you daily, either the short form at the top or these long form at the bottom. These dive a little deeper into the forecast. And as always, if you want to track along along with the tropics, anything that's going on. We have quite a few alerts out there because we have a hurricane in the Gulf waters, and also just in our offshore waters, we do have that small craft advisory. Just talking about some of those east winds, 10 to 20 knots with those gusts up to 25, and the seas 6 to 9 feet. It's rough out there. Again, not going to be the best beach conditions. You can still go out there and enjoy it over the next few days, but just make sure you're not heading out there. Here's a look at what we're tracking down in Orange Beach. Again, some of the best days for me down at the beach were some of those gloomy overcast skies. You have a nice breeze out there. Just stay out of the water, please, as that rip current risk will stay rough heading into the weekend. So even if you're heading down there over the next few days, you can still just get your ankles in it, but don't go swimming even despite some of those warmer temperatures. Heading into the rest of today, we will start to see some of those cloudy skies and introduce some rain shower chances by the second half of today. I'm going to talk more about your forecast and have a final look at the next 7 days here in just a little bit. Here's a live view outside right now from our Admiral camera from downtown Mobile. Things are gray and gloomy. We'll be back with 3 to know before you go after this.
So funny to me and very helpful for research when the turtles have the little antennas on their back just to see where they want to swim.
Yeah, I love watching the trackers.
So
Cool
fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
That one too. Not so much the sharks. The sharks aren't as fun to watch. Sometimes we'll show those too. Well, let's go ahead and take a final look at your full 7-day outlook. And soggy today, especially heading into the afternoon. It's going to be gloomy and overcast out there. We won't start to see some of those clear skies making an appearance until well after that sun begins to go down. Similar look heading into tomorrow. We turn more isolated with some peaks of sunshine heading into the weekend. A little dip in temperatures there courtesy of a weak front that's going to be pushing in for Sunday and Monday. But look at those morning temperatures. That'll really be what you notice heading into midweek next week. We start to turn a little dry closer towards Veterans Day and to begin next week, but no sign of true fall weather just yet.
It's almost lunchtime.
We're getting
No sign of food anywhere. Where is it?
I'll see.